Let me ask you a question, and I want you to really feel this. If the 9 to 5 system was truly designed for your freedom, for your happiness, for your growth, why are so many people exhausted, stressed, burned out, and unfulfilled? Why do millions wake up every morning already tired? Why do Sundays feel heavy? Why does Monday feel like punishment? Because deep down, something inside you knows the truth. The world has changed, but the system hasn't. The 9 to 5 model was created for an industrial age, a time when obedience mattered more than creativity, a time when showing up mattered more than thinking differently, a time when stability was the goal, not fulfillment. But we are no longer living in that world. We are living in a world of automation, artificial intelligence, remote work, digital skills, personal brands, global competition, and here's the hard truth most people are afraid to face. The future will not reward time, it will reward value. You are no longer paid for how long you work. You are paid for how valuable you are, and this is where fear enters the room because the 9 to 5 offered something seductive: certainty, a fixed paycheck. A fixed routine, a fixed identity, but certainty has a price, and that price is often your potential. Now, don't misunderstand me. A job is not bad. Stability is not wrong. Security is not evil. What's dangerous is believing the 9 to 5 is the only path, because when your identity becomes your job title, you become replaceable, and the future doesn't care how loyal you were, it cares how adaptable you are. Let me say this clearly. The future belongs to people who can learn fast, adapt fast, and create value fast, not the people who wait for permission, not the people who hide behind job descriptions, not the people who say, "That's not my responsibility." Those people will struggle. Because machines don't get tired, AI doesn't take sick days, automation doesn't complain, so the question is not, will 9 to 5 jobs disappear? The real question is, will you evolve fast enough to stay relevant? Because the future is already here, remote work has shattered geography. Someone across the world can now do your job cheaper, faster, better. Companies are no longer loyal to people, they're loyal to performance. And performance comes from skills, mindset, and adaptability. This doesn't mean panic. This means power, because when you understand the rules of the new game, you can win it. The future of work is not about quitting your job tomorrow. It's about building leverage while you still have one. Learning skills that compound, creating income streams that don't trade hours for money, building a personal brand, developing problem-solving ability, becoming irreplaceable, because the safest job in the future is not a company. It's your ability to create value anywhere. Let me tell you something important. Most people don't actually want freedom, they want comfort. Freedom requires responsibility. Freedom requires uncertainty. Freedom requires growth. Comfort feels safe until it traps you, and that's why many people stay in jobs they hate, not because they can't leave, but because they're afraid of who they'd have to become. The future of 9 to 5s is not death, it's transformation. Some jobs will vanish, some will evolve, some will become remote, some will become contract-based, some will demand creativity instead of compliance. And those who win will be the ones who stop asking, "What job can I get?" and start asking, "What value can I deliver?" Because value creates income, value creates freedom, value creates options, and options are the new security. You don't need to abandon responsibility. You need to upgrade your identity from employee mindset, owner mindset, from time-based thinking, value-based thinking, from fear of change, hunger for growth. The future is not coming, it's already knocking, and the only real risk is staying the same. The biggest mistake people make when they talk about the future of work is this: they think the threat is technology. It's not. Technology is not the enemy. Complacency is. The people who will suffer are not the least intelligent. They are not the least talented. They are the least adaptable, because the future doesn't punish ignorance, it punishes refusal to grow. Let me tell you something powerful. Every major shift in history created fear, and every major shift created opportunity. When machines replaced manual labor, people panicked. When computers entered offices, people panicked. When the internet exploded, people panicked. And every time those who learned won, those who resisted struggled. This moment is no different. AI is not here to take your job, it's here to expose whether you have skills worth paying for. If your job can be done by a script, a machine, or a process, then it's not secure. But if your job requires creativity, leadership, emotional intelligence, decision making, problem solving, vision, you are not replaceable, you are valuable. And value is the new currency. The future of work will not ask, how many hours did you work? It will ask, what problem did you solve? This is why people working fewer hours are often earning more. This is why freelancers out-earn full-time employees. This is why creators make millions from a phone. Not because they're lucky, but because they produce leverage. The old system paid you for showing up. The new system pays you for standing out, and this is where mindset becomes everything. Most people see the 9 to 5 as a cage, others see it as capital. Same job, different mindset. One person says, this job is trapping me. Another says, this job is funding my future. The difference is not income, the difference is identity. If you see yourself as an employee only, you will always be dependent. If you see yourself as a value creator, you will always have options. The future belongs to people who don't wait for permission to grow. While others are scrolling, you are learning. While others complain, you are building. While others fear AI, you are using it. While others protect comfort, you chase competence. And competence is freedom. Let's talk about fear, because fear keeps people stuck in jobs they hate. Fear of instability, fear of failure, fear of judgment, fear of starting over, fear of what if I'm wrong. But fear doesn't disappear when you ignore it. It grows. The safest path is no longer the one with the least change, it's the one with the most growth. Because skills don't disappear overnight, but outdated thinking does. You don't need to quit your job. You need to outgrow your dependence on it, learn a skill that pays online, build something on the side, create a digital footprint, develop expertise people can't ignore. Do this slowly, do this strategically. Do this without panic. The future doesn't reward reckless jumps, it rewards prepared transitions. This is where most people fail. They either stay frozen or they jump blindly. Winners prepare quietly and move decisively. And understand this. Your job is not your identity. It is a platform, a season, a tool. But when you confuse stability with safety, you trade your future for comfort. The future of 9 to 5 jobs is simple. Those who only follow instructions will struggle. Those who create solutions will thrive. Those who depend on one income will feel pressure. Those who build multiple skills will feel power. Those who wait will feel fear. Those who learn will feel control. This is not a time to panic. This is a time to upgrade. Upgrade your mindset, upgrade your skills, upgrade your standards, because the future is not coming to destroy you, it's coming to reveal who you are willing to become. And the people who win will be the ones who say, I don't fear change, I become stronger because of it. Here's the truth, most people don't want to hear the biggest prison of the 9 to 5 is not the job itself. It's the identity it creates. When someone asks, who are you? And the first thing you say is your job title. You've already limited yourself, because identities shape behavior, and behavior shapes destiny. If you see yourself as, I'm just an employee, I'm just a worker, I'm just doing my job, then you unconsciously cap your growth. But when you shift to, I'm a problem solver, I'm a value creator, I'm a builder, everything changes. The future will not belong to people who do tasks. It will belong to people who think, decide, and lead. This is why emotional intelligence will matter more than technical skills. This is why adaptability will matter more than degrees. This is why mindset will matter more than resumes, because skills can be automated, but identity cannot. And let me be clear, the future of work will not be easier. It will demand more responsibility, more awareness, more self-leadership. In the past, companies told you what to do, when to do it, and how to do it. In the future, you will be expected to think independently, and that scares people, because independence requires accountability. No one to blame, no one to hide behind, no guaranteed paycheck just for showing up. But here's the paradox. What feels scary at first becomes empowering over time. People who develop leverage multiple skills, multiple income streams, multiple ways to add value sleep better at night than people who depend on a single employer. Because dependence is fragile, flexibility is strength. The future of 9 to 5 jobs will split people into 2 groups, those who cling to security and those who build capability. Security can disappear overnight. Capability follows you everywhere, and capability is built by asking better questions, not how do I get promoted, but how do I become valuable anywhere, not how do I keep this job, but how do I stay relevant no matter what happens. The people who ask those questions will never be unemployed even if they leave a job, because opportunities chase value. Now let's talk about something uncomfortable. Many people secretly hope the system will save them, that governments will protect them, that companies will take care of them, but history shows something brutal. Systems don't save people. People who adapt save themselves. The future rewards self-education. Not formal education alone, but continuous learning. People who read, people who experiment, people who test ideas, people who build skills after work instead of watching distractions. Because the gap between those who grow and those who don't will become massive. Not gradually exponentially, the 9 to 5 will still exist, but it will look different. Shorter contracts, remote teams, project-based work, performance-based pay, and the people who thrive will not be the ones with the longest resumes, but the ones with the strongest reputation. Reputation will become currency. What people say about you when you're not in the room will matter more than your job title. This is why personal branding is not vanity, it's survival. If people know what you stand for, what you're good at, what problems you solve, you will never be invisible. And invisibility is the real danger of the future. Average people will be replaced. Unknown people will be ignored. But valuable, visible people will always have demand. This is why the future favors creators. Creators of ideas, creators of solutions, creators of communities, creators of value. You don't have to quit your job. You have to expand beyond it. Your job can fund your growth, or your job can define your limits. The choice is yours, and here's the most important thing to understand. Freedom is not the absence of work. Freedom is the ability to choose the work that aligns with you. The future is not anti-work. It's anti-meaningless work. People don't hate working, they hate feeling trapped. And the future belongs to people who refuse to be trapped by outdated thinking. The question is no longer, will 9 to 5 jobs survive? The real question is, will you evolve fast enough to thrive beyond them? Because those who do will not fear the future, they will create it.